Lev Yashin was born on October 22, 1929, in Moscow, Soviet Union, now Russia. Growing up in a working-class family, he initially played hockey before turning his attention to football. He joined the youth team of Dynamo Moscow at the age of 15, and though he began as an outfield player, a shortage of goalkeepers in the team led him to take up the position. His talents quickly became evident, and he made his debut for the first team in 1950. Yashin spent his entire playing career at Dynamo Moscow, where he played from 1950 to 1970. His outstanding shot-stopping abilities, remarkable reflexes, and presence in goal made him a key figure in the club's success, earning multiple Soviet top league titles and Soviet Cups. He also played a crucial role in Dynamo's victory in the 1963 European Cup Winners' Cup. Yashin became known for his ability to leave his goal line and actively participate in defense, a style that led to him being one of the first sweeper keepers in football history. On the international stage, Yashin earned 78 caps for the Soviet Union between 1954 and 1970. His major achievement was helping the Soviet Union win the inaugural European Championship in 1960, where they triumphed over Yugoslavia. He represented the Soviet Union in 4 FIFA World Cups, 1958, 1962, 1966, and 1970. But despite his exceptional performances, the Soviet Union never claimed a major international trophy during his career. His playing style, technical ability, and leadership were widely admired, and he was regarded as one of the best goalkeepers of his era. Yashin's influence extended far beyond his time on the pitch. Known for wearing a distinctive black kit, he earned the nickname the Black Spider due to his acrobatic saves and commanding presence in goal. He was widely regarded as a pioneer in goalkeeping, setting a new standard for future generations with his fearless style and tactical awareness. In 1963, he became the only goalkeeper to ever win the prestigious Ballon d'Or, cementing his place as one of football's all-time greats. After retiring from professional football in 1970, Yashin remained involved in the sport as a coach and administrator at Dynamo Moscow, though his career post-retirement was less high-profile. He passed away on March 20, 1990, due to complications from stomach cancer. Yashin's death marked the loss of one of football's most iconic figures, but his legacy continues to live on. The Lev Yashin Award, established in 1994, is presented to the world's best goalkeeper each year in his honor. Yashin's contributions to the sport have made him a symbol of excellence, particularly for goalkeepers, and his name remains synonymous with greatness in football. His legacy is deeply ingrained in Russian football culture, and he is regularly mentioned among the greatest players in the history of the sport. Even today, modern goalkeepers like Gianluigi Buffon, Iker Casillas, and others cite Yashin as a major influence. Yashin remains a cultural icon, remembered not only for his incredible talent, but also for his pioneering contributions to the game. Lev Yashin's impact on football is immeasurable. He was a player who reshaped the role of the goalkeeper, introducing a level of dynamism and control that was ahead of its time. His ability to read the game, not just as a last line of defense, but as an active participant in organizing the team's defense, influenced generations of goalkeepers who followed. His quick reflexes, cat-like agility, and knack for making crucial saves in high-pressure moments set him apart from his peers. Throughout his career, Yashin's leadership was evident both on the field and in the dressing room. He was often the captain of the Soviet national team, and his commanding presence in the box gave confidence to his defenders. His physical stature and imposing figure, combined with his technical brilliance, made him a terrifying sight for opposing forwards. While goalkeepers were traditionally seen as more passive participants, Yashin changed that perception by being an essential part of the defensive structure, often taking charge of organizing the backline and being proactive rather than reactive. In terms of his achievements, while he was undoubtedly a giant in Soviet football, his individual accolades stand out. Aside from winning the Ballon d'Or in 1963, a feat that has never been repeated by any other goalkeeper, Yashin's name is synonymous with the ideal of excellence in goalkeeping. His consistency, resilience, and ability to perform at the highest levels of international football only strengthened his reputation as the world's finest goalkeeper during his time. He was not only a protector of the goal, but also a leader who could inspire those around him to play at their best. Despite not winning a World Cup with the Soviet Union, Yashin's contributions to the national team were invaluable. His performances in international tournaments, such as the 1960 European Championship and the World Cups, left a lasting mark on Soviet football. His international appearances continue to be remembered fondly by fans, particularly the iconic moments where he made crucial saves in important matches. Yashin's legacy as a goalkeeper remains unparalleled, with many considering him the greatest goalkeeper of all time. In recognition of his brilliance, several monuments and memorials have been erected in his honor, particularly in Moscow, where a statue of him stands at the Dynamo Stadium. His name is synonymous with high-quality goalkeeping, and his influence continues to inspire the next generations of players. Through his pioneering style of play and his dedication to the sport, Lev Yashin left a permanent mark on football. His revolutionary approach to goalkeeping changed the game forever, and his status as a football legend ensures that his contributions will never be forgotten. Even decades after his passing, his story remains an inspiration to anyone who strives for greatness in sports, particularly those who stand between the posts. Lev Yashin's enduring legacy continues to resonate beyond the pitch. His influence extends to the modern game, where his name is frequently invoked in discussions about the evolution of goalkeeping. His revolutionary style has been widely studied and admired by coaches, analysts, and footballers alike, helping to shape the training and expectations of goalkeepers in the decades that followed. One of Yashin's most lasting impacts is how he helped redefine the goalkeeper's role. His willingness to come off his line, his sharp decision-making, and his involvement in playing out from the back helped to challenge the traditional view of the goalkeeper as a mere shot stopper. Yashin's ability to read the game, anticipate the movement of opposing players, and make split-second decisions allowed him to play an active role in his team's defensive setup. This concept of the goalkeeper as a sweeper or libero, one who not only saves shots but also actively engages in the team's build-up and defensive strategies, became a defining feature for future generations. Yashin's influence also extended beyond his playing days. After his retirement, he continued to be involved in football in various ways, including as a coach and ambassador for the sport. He was passionate about helping the next generation of players and often shared his knowledge and expertise with young goalkeepers. Even in the years after his death, Yashin's name has remained prominent in the global football community. The Lev Yashin Award, given annually to the world's best goalkeeper, serves as a constant reminder of his greatness and his impact on the game. In Russia, Yashin is remembered as a national hero, a figure who transcended football to become a symbol of the country's sporting excellence. Statues and tributes to him can be found in various parts of Moscow and beyond, celebrating his contributions not just to football, but to Soviet and Russian culture as a whole. His legacy is taught to young players, and his approach to the game is regarded as an ideal model for goalkeepers to strive for. Yashin's story also resonates with those who appreciate the values of determination and perseverance. Coming from a modest background, his rise to prominence in Soviet football was not without challenges. His success as a goalkeeper was the result of tireless dedication, and he is often cited as an example of how hard work and passion can propel someone from humble beginnings to global recognition. Today, Yashin remains a benchmark for goalkeepers who aspire to emulate his legendary status. Modern greats like Gianluigi Buffon, Iker Casillas, and Manuel Neuer have acknowledged his influence on their own careers. His unique combination of skill, leadership, and tactical awareness has set a standard that still guides and inspires goalkeepers worldwide. In the years to come, Lev Yashin will likely continue to be regarded as one of the most important figures in football history. His incredible career, revolutionary style, and lasting legacy ensure that his name will always be synonymous with greatness, and his contributions to the sport will never be forgotten. Lev Yashin's place in the history of football is cemented not just by his individual achievements, but also by how he shaped the way we think about the game today. His remarkable career demonstrated the power of a goalkeeper's influence in modern football, and this idea has only grown as the role of goalkeepers continues to evolve. The recognition of his achievements is not confined to awards and honors alone. Yashin's story has been celebrated in books, documentaries, and films, further cementing his iconic status in football. His life has inspired countless young goalkeepers to pursue the sport, and his legacy has become a model for excellence in both performance and character. His career has also been the subject of academic studies, as football analysts and historians look at his approach to the game, his tactics, and his ability to read and anticipate the game like few others. Yashin's impact on Soviet and Russian football extends to the role he played in the development of football in his homeland. He helped raise the profile of Soviet football globally during a time when the country was dealing with political isolation and the challenges of the Cold War. His remarkable performances on the international stage brought a sense of pride to the Soviet Union, and his consistent excellence helped establish the Soviet Union as one of the strongest footballing nations of the era. His legacy is also seen in the way Soviet and Russian goalkeeping has developed in the years after his career. Yashin set a benchmark for all future generations of goalkeepers in the region, and his influence is still felt in the way goalkeepers are trained and developed in Russia. Young players are often encouraged to emulate his playing style, from his fearless shot-stopping to his involvement in team play. Globally, Yashin's name is frequently mentioned when discussing the greatest players of all time. While the Ballon d'Or winner is often reserved for attacking players, Yashin's victory in 1963 remains a groundbreaking achievement that showed the importance of goalkeepers in shaping football matches. To this day, no other goalkeeper has won the award, which further underscores his unique place in football history. His recognition at the Ballon d'Or ceremony paved the way for future goalkeepers to be seen not just as custodians of the net, but as integral players in the team's overall strategy. As time goes on, Yashin's legendary status only grows stronger. Each generation of football fans and players discovers the depth of his talent and the impact he had on the game. Whether through tributes in the form of books, monuments, or awards named after him, his influence will continue to be passed down to future footballers. In the broader context of football history, Lev Yashin stands as a symbol of innovation, excellence, and passion. He transcended the boundaries of his time, leaving a legacy that still resonates throughout the football world today. For anyone who has ever donned the gloves and stepped into goal, Lev Yashin remains an inspiration, the standard by which all goalkeepers are measured.